about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics.
Around the YouTube, it is Charles here, and today I want to do a quick video on a book that I've not seen anybody talking about that I am really enjoying. It is from Ignition Press, and it is Deluge. We're on issue number 2. It is about a prison, I think in Louisiana, a women's facility that is facing a flood. And so the inmates and the guards are trying to get out before the prison is overtaken. But what comes with this flood is this mysterious monster. And I love issue number 1 because it set the tone for this series, which is anybody can get it at any time. The main character we met there was a nurse who was just transferred to the prison. And we were getting to know the characters through her eyes. And by the end of it, she was long gone. And so it got you in the mood to, okay, you're not gonna get too attached to a protagonist. And so your attention is really focused on the whole cast, which, I mean, you would think it would do the opposite, that you wouldn't care so much because you don't have a main character of importance, but when it's so random, you want to know who, first off, the protagonist is, and you really want to pay attention to all the characters and their stories, because anybody can get it, and it's random and chaotic, but in an organized way, in a way that makes sense, because they're in a prison that is being flooded and they're being hunted by a mysterious monster. And so, of course, it's going to be chaotic and random. And in a real life situation like this, not saying that monsters are real, of course, but it wouldn't be pretty. It wouldn't be orderly. You couldn't necessarily trust that one strong protagonist out of this ragtag bunch of criminals and prison guards are going to be able to step up and be the hero throughout the series. And so I really like the unpredictability of it, and the art as well. It's very dark, brooding. It has a consistent tone throughout. You know, you really get the oppressiveness of the jail setting. I'm not going to go into great details, because the joy of these books is getting in there, reading it yourself. But you get to see interesting story beats from the different prisoners. Whereas here in this panel, you see one of the prisoners hallucinates seeing one of her victims in kind of a zombie state, which goes into a flashback of her crime and how she ended up there, which leads to other prisoners, you know, as they're escaping, getting into their backgrounds, what their crimes were, and getting to know them all as individual characters. And it gives you just a little bit of each person, so as not to overwhelm you, but give you enough to really care. I really suggest this book if you're in a horror, but it's a different type of horror. It's more action than anything, and the suspense going from page to page is palpable. And by the time I got to the last page, I wanted more. I didn't feel ripped off, but I just wanted more. So I encourage you to check out Deluge. We're at issue number 2. Number 3 comes out in January. It's from Ignition Press. Get it at your local comic book shop, and if you don't have a local comic book shop, I always suggest either my friends at coffeeandacomic.com. They give you complimentary coffee with every order. Izzy's website, and they ship nationwide. But if you can't find it there, check out MidtownComics.com, one of the biggest stores in the country as far as comic book goes. Easy to use website, and they have a wide selection of new and old books. So I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep reading them books. You know I will. I'm out.